Hi, and welcome back to our Social Security Disability blog here at Hill and Ponton. I'm Natalia, Jofre, the Social Security Section Director.
And I'm Shelly Mark. I'm the Senior Social Security Attorney.
So we've been talking about long-term disability and Social Security, and we want to kick it off by saying not all policies are created equal.
Definitely.
Okay, we're talking about these offsets, and we're talking about making allowances for our attorney fee, and we're talking about how Social Security isn't going to take an offset, which that is always true.
Right.
But it's not always true for long-term disability. They're normally the ones that are going to say, okay, we paid you this much, we want that money back, or we're letting you get your Social Security, we're going to only give you the difference from long-term disability, whatever. But we've also reinforced the fact that you need to really look at your own private policy.
For sure.
And you need to contact your insurance carrier, you need to talk to your adjuster and find out what applies to you. And the biggest exception that I've seen is that sometimes there are policies in place that are private policies for professionals. So most of us have long-term disability and even short-term disability through our employers. And so they're pretty general, and that's what we're speaking to, is generally for most workers, these things that we've been talking about are going to apply. However, I have had a couple of cases, one for an attorney and one for a doctor, where they had just acquired their own policies. And so it was underwritten for them specifically, and
Right.
you see this a lot with the higher end professionals. And their policies basically said, I mean, they were very expensive.
I'm sure.
Don't get me wrong. They paid through the nose for them.
Yeah.
But because of that, once they were found disabled for long-term disability benefits, it was written in their policy that there would be no offset taken from their Social Security. And so they were able to get their full Social Security benefit, all of their past due benefits once they were approved, and they would get their long-term disability benefit in full.
Wow, that's
Pretty
great.
Plus, obviously, they made an allowance for our fee because they weren't
Right.
taking any of the money back. So they were
Yeah.
like, we don't care. Your contract is with your lawyer. Whatever you do is up to you. So, you know, there's always exceptions.
Right.
And I think that that's the big exception here. And we have no way of knowing whether an exception is going to apply to you, nor do we want to advise you on that. I mean, we're not an insurance company. We don't have insurance adjusters on staff. That is too much of a delicate matter. And you need to know how to plan for yourself and for your family and what your income's going to be. And so we don't want to be the ones to tell you that you're going to or not going to get something. We'd rather that come from your insurance company.
Absolutely. And I know you have, and I have questions all the time from clients about exactly what's going to happen with my past due benefits or and I unfortunately just have to tell them that they need to read their contract and speak to their insurance provider to get that information, because I would hate to provide misinformation on something that could be so important.
Yeah. We do have a situation, or sometimes this arises, where a person is denied their long-term disability benefits and they feel that they should have been approved, or we feel that they should have been approved, because clearly if we're filing for your Social Security disability claim and pursuing that, you know, it's with the understanding that you're going to be out for a prolonged period of time. We do have attorneys that we refer to. We don't do those long-term disability denials ourselves, but we do know of good attorneys that handle those cases, and we'll refer those cases to them. So if that situation applies to you, I mean, obviously, if we represent you, we can give you that contact information. But most Social Security disability attorneys, they also have relationships with other attorneys that can handle long-term disability denials.
Yeah.
Because they do happen.
Right.
And they're clearly not always valid.
Right.
So, okay, well, we'll keep talking about long-term disability here for a little bit more. In the meantime, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to call our office or visit our website.
Right. Thank you.